So we are going to see, if we are going to have more number of amplifiers, what is the effective gain and bandwidth of such combination of amplifiers. Okay, so multi-stage means it is more than one. So definitely the minimum is going to be two. So multi-stage amplifiers will have amplifiers with two to number of amplifiers going to be from 2 to infinity. The more number of amplifiers you can have for your application also. So how I am going to connect those amplifiers in cascade or in series? So you know that the output of first amplifier is given as input to second amplifier, and the output of second amplifier is taken as your signal. So you're going to pass your signal through two amplifiers, first amplifier and second amplifier. You call it as first transistor, second transistor. Sometimes you call it as first stage, second stage. So output of first stage is going to be the input to second stage, and output of second stage is going to be the final output where you take the signal and give it for further processing. Okay, so because of adding multiple stages, it will have an effect on the cutoff frequencies, the gain, and the bandwidth of the system. So ஒரு ஆம்பிளிஃபையருக்கு you know that for the single amplifier, the gain, bandwidth, f1, f2, everything is fixed. But when you are going to cascade this amplifier with another amplifier, this amplifier will have its own parameters. The second amplifier will have its own parameters. But since the two are connected, all these parameters are bound to change. So the gain will change. Overall, the gain of the overall system is going to be changing. The bandwidth will change. The lower cutoff frequency will change. The upper cutoff frequency will change. Everything is going to change. So what will effectively happen is, as you're connecting more number of amplifiers, the gain will be multiplied. So if your first amplifier has a gain of A1, second amplifier has a gain of A2, remember this mistake is made by students commonly. When you are going to connect two amplifiers in cascade, the gain will be multiplied. So it is not A1 plus A2, it is going to be A1 into A2. So the gain is multiplied means the gain is going to increase. You know that for an amplifier, gain bandwidth product is going to be always a constant. So if gain is increasing, naturally bandwidth will decrease to ensure that gain into bandwidth is going to be always a constant. So remember one thing, when you're going to cascade amplifiers, the focus is more on gain. Enormous gain is produced, but consequently the drawback is எவ்வளோ gain is getting larger and larger. By the same amount, the bandwidth will be getting reduced by the same amount, because you know that gain into bandwidth is constant, or gain is proportional to 1 by bandwidth. Gain and bandwidth are inversely related. Please understand that concept. So each additional stage will have an upper cutoff frequency, lower cutoff frequency, and other things. But when you cascade everything, they all becomes connected.